Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda and it's time for another round of Battle of the Bands. So my team this time is Team Dance. Let me get out of the way so I can show you. So here are the four teams: action, animated, comedy, and dance. I am on Team Dance because, again, I said put me wherever you need me to be. This year they're doing something a little bit differently, and so I'm going to need your help, but we'll get there when we get there. First, these are the categories. So I am not going to zoom in on them and read all of them. I'm going to read them as I tell you what I'm picking, and we will go from there. Okay, I'm going to be up here for right now. I am focusing first on all of my team reads. So all of the dance books are the ones that I'm going to focus on first. I'm not going to have a lot of strategy about how I'm going to do this because I'm planning on reading every book. So it's not going to matter how I do attacks and how I do points and all that kind of stuff, because I'm just going to do the number of points that I'm going to do. Like, that's not going to affect it. So I want to make sure that I'm giving my team like the best possible start. So I'm starting with my team books, and that means I'm starting with prompt number 16. Prompt number 16 is You're the One That I Want from Greece, a book with a special edition that you want. So I don't collect special editions. So they said just find a special edition that you like and you think looks good. Now, the one thing I didn't say before this is I am trying to only pick books from my picked TBR. So from my monstrosity TBR, where I have all of the games that I've been playing and I have all those books together, I'm trying to just pick from there. So if some of these are familiar from there, that's where they're from. I ended up being able to find 18 of the 20 books from that list. So what did I find with a special edition? Jade City. So I am going to be starting Jade City by Fonda Lee. It's probably going to be the very first book I read in the month of July. I might as well just kick it off with that one. Then prompt 17 is I've Had the Time of My Life from Dirty Dancing, and it's a reread an old favorite. So I am going to be reading Dark Lover by J.R. Ward. This is the very first book in the Black Dagger Brotherhood series, and I've read so many of them, and it's been so long since I've read the first book, and I was like, let me just go back and see what I think about it. A lot of people are just picking up the series now and they're not loving it, so I'm hoping that I don't have any bad feelings about it, but I'm excited to do it. Number 18 is Footloose. Read a book that has been banned. Now, I found an actual tweet that somebody tweeted a year ago, and it says that a school district in Virginia had just voted to ban this whole list of books. And so I picked a book from that list that was already on my TBR, and it is 11/22/63. I also attached the little list of all the books that were voted on by this school district in Virginia. And anyway, I'm reading that one for banned books. Number 19 is Staying Alive from Saturday Night Fever. And the book is a book by an author who has either a B or G initial. Now, this is one of those that can easily change because I had quite a few that fit this category. So I just went ahead and picked one. If my Litwit list of prompts, if this book cannot fit in there, then I will be changing it out. But for now, we have The Storm King by Brendan Duffy. The song Staying Alive was sung by the Bee Gees. That's why it says a B or G in the initial, just in case you didn't know that. Then finally, number 20, A Million Dreams from The Greatest Showman, a book with an inspirational character or story, and I am picking War and Millie McGonagall. I hope that it has an inspirational character or story because I don't really know for sure. Now, before we go to the 1 through 10 list, I thought we would just go ahead and talk about 11 through 15 while I'm here. So we're in the comedy section, and number 11 is Ghostbusters, and the song is the Ghostbusters song. The prompt is a book with suspected or confirmed paranormal activity, and I am going with Meddling Kids. It says the Supernatural Enhancements series, so I hope that means that it has paranormal activity in it, but I don't know for sure. I hope it does. It's also supposed to be like Scooby-Doo vibes in middle grade, so I'm excited for it. Book number 12, Canned Heat from Napoleon Dynamite, is not a pick. I have not picked anything for it because it says a last-minute addition to your TBR. So here is where you guys come in. I would like some suggestions about books that I could put on my TBR. They have to be at least 150 pages, and they cannot be graphic novels or poetry books, okay? Please give me your suggestions of books that you recommend. I would love to stay somewhere in the 300 to 400 page range. Please don't recommend a 700 page book. I'm already reading some really long books. As you notice down below, Jade City and 11/22/63 are both over 500 pages. So I'm already reading a lot of big books. So I would love recommendations for adding a new book to my TBR that's not already in one of the games that I have played. So let me know down below what you think. All right, number 13, The Power of Love from Back to the Future, a book featuring unlikely friends. And I went with Harrow the Ninth. If I don't know who all is in Harrow, but I know reading Gideon the Ninth was definitely some unlikely friends in there. So I'm assuming they're going to be the same. Also, this book has over 500 pages, just in case we were keeping up. Number 14, Always Look on the Bright Side of Life from the Life of Brian. This is a Monty Python movie. If you've not seen it, it's pretty funny. Okay, this is a book with a funny or ironic title, and I am choosing Confessions of a Domestic Failure, a novel. It says Ashley Keller, new mom, hot mess. So I guess we find out what happens. It says it's hilarious and the novel moms have been waiting for. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Then number 15, Scotty Doesn't Know from Eurotrip. I think this might be the first movie that I've not seen so far. Out of all the ones that we've gone through, I've never seen this one. So, a book that involves deception of any kind, and I chose The Lost City of Z, a tale of deadly obsession in the Amazon. So I want to see what happens with this book. Now let's go backwards and look at 1 through 10. Okay, we're going to start up with the action films, and we have Danger Zone from Top Gun, a book that includes flight, whether that is dragons, planes, spaceships. I'm hoping missiles count because I'm reading A Girl's Guide to Missiles, Growing Up in America's Secret Desert. Then for number 2, we have Mission Impossible from Mission Impossible. And we have a book that is in a long or ongoing series. And I chose Patricia Cornwell's book, The Body Farm. This is a very long series, and so this fits. For number 3, we've got You're the Best from the Karate Kid movie, a book by a highly regarded author or a book that has a high rating on Goodreads. So I asked if it was okay to just make sure it had an above 4. I was like, is above 4 stars considered to be highly rated or high average Goodreads rating? And Jake said, sure, that sounded fine to him. So I am reading An Eye for an Eye by Carol Wire. Then for number 4, Eye of the Tiger from Rocky, we have a book featuring an underdog or a character facing seemingly insurmountable odds. And I'm picking Where Sleeping Girls Lie. I read the synopsis to this, her being at school and kind of isolated from people, and then there's a murder and she's got to figure out kind of what's going on. That seems to me like she is an underdog and definitely facing bad odds. We'll just see if it fits or not. I hope that it ends up fitting. Number 5, Princes of the Universe from Highlander. So Highlander, there can be only one, and so we have to read a standalone. And I chose In My Dreams, I Hold a Knife. This is another one that might be changing because I have a lot of options for standalones on my list. Okay, now let's move down to the next row. These are animated movies. And number 6, You've Got a Friend in Me from Toy Story. Read one of the Discord group books. This is one of the ones that's not on my monstrosity list that I had already picked out, and that is Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. I've been wanting to read this, and it's on the Discord reading group list. There's about 5 or 6 books over there. It was the only one that kind of jumped out at me. So I was like, okay, I'm grabbing that one. Number 7, Hakuna Matata from The Lion King, a book with a laid back character. I mean, look at the cover of this. He's literally laying back right now. I read the synopsis of this. I hope that he is laid back. It kind of seems like he is from the synopsis. So hopefully this works. Then for number 8, You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch, from The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. Did I just say stole? From The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. And it's a Christmas in July. Pick a book that has a Christmas setting, and I'm going with The Christmas Pact by Meg Easton. I bought this last year, or maybe even the year before, in a Christmas romance set, and so I will be reading that in July. Then for number 9, we have All Star from Shrek, a book that's won some kind of award. And I picked Holes. You can see on the cover of this, it was a Newbery Award winner. So there it is, right there. And then finally, number 10 is Sunflower from the Spider-Man movie. And it is a book with a plant on the cover. And I am going with Death in 4 Courses. There are lots of plants on the cover of this one. So I was able, with the exception of Fahrenheit 451 and the Christmas Pact, I was able to use only the books on my monstrosity to fill in these blanks. Now, I already asked for your help over here with picking out Napoleon Dynamite's one, a recent add to my TBR. It doesn't mean that it has to be a new release. It's just a book that I did not already have on my TBR. But now what I need your help with is I have signed up to be an encore reader. And what that means is I'm going to read all 20 of these books, and then I get to pick 5 of these prompts that I'm going to read another book for. So I would like some suggestions of books that you think would fit these prompts that you recommend that I read. So like I said, 5 books. I'm probably going to do number 12 2 times because I'm just going to take 2 different suggestions from you guys and read those 2 books. So number 12 is one that I'm doubling up on. The rest of them, I really don't have any opinions. I don't care at all what I double up on. So if you guys have some suggestions or a book that you think fits a prompt and you want me to read it, let me know down below because I have 4 more spaces to fill up on my board. And that is it. I cannot wait. Round 4 of the Battle of the Bands is going to be so much fun, and I can't wait to get started. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.